News just in indicate that the new Prime Minister for Mauritius has declared support for the Kenyan candidate for the Africa Union Commission chairperson, Raila Odinga. The Premier just won election early this month and ascended to office last Friday. And this comes as a boost for the Kenyan candidate who is currently in West Africa trying to win the ECOWAS bloc support for the same position.
On a day his campaign received a major boost after Mauritius dropped its candidate Anil Gaya. This after the country's new Prime Minister Navichandra Ramgoolam backed Odinga's bid. The former Prime Minister wrapped up a marathon tour of 6 West African countries in the critical ECOWAS bloc, starting off with Benin, Ghana, Togo, Gambia, Senegal, and Nigeria, where he met President Ahmed Tinubu on Tuesday. In total, Odinga met 4 African heads of state, except in Gambia, where he met the country's vice president, and Benin, where he met the foreign.
Let me make this passionate appeal to you, the viewer who is watching this video. Please subscribe. We are in the road to 1K subscribers, which is very crucial to any YouTuber. I had put an appeal like this in the previous video, and the video hit 1K views, actually 1.4K views in a week. And this video is going to hit 1K too, but only 20 people to 30 subscribed. Kindly make a subscription so that by the time this video hits 1,000 views, it also should hit 1,000 subscribers. By so doing, we are going to hit 1K subscribers and be able to monetize this channel so that it becomes self-reliant and so that it also helps us to produce more videos seamlessly. Please kindly, I beg you, subscribe. We need to hit 1,000 views. Kindly, before we proceed, kindly. Thank you. And the lesson that we learn from this is that candidates for this position should try to focus on the countries that have elections upcoming. Countries like Ghana, countries like Guinea-Bissau, whose elections are just going to happen before January and February. Because the current president in that country can support you, and when the new president-elect comes in, then he shifts his support to a different person. A good example is what has happened in Mauritius, where Mauritius itself had a candidate to go and run for the chairmanship of AUC, but the new leader who comes in and now supports somebody else. And that now signifies that it signals that the candidate for Mauritius is going to step down, so that there are only 3 remaining candidates in the race: the Djibouti candidate, Madagascar candidate, and the Kenyan candidate. And this is happening in many countries, where you find that the president-elect comes in and he's not in good terms with the president who is outgoing. A good example is Kenya, where you see former President Uhuru and current President Ruto are not in good terms. Another example is in Nigeria. We know that former President Olusegun Obasanjo and the current President Tinubu are not in good terms. So those are some small things that can also cause some countries to lose. Like we know Obasanjo is for Raila's candidacy. That can make Tinubu just go a different direction, because he may not want to go in the same direction with Obasanjo. But of course we know that Raila Odinga was in Nigeria and met Tinubu, and Tinubu assured him of his support. There are also other factors to consider, but I didn't want to go into to make a video so much, but let me just mention that there are also some historical beefs between nations, and these usually also contribute into when a decision is supposed to be made like an election, it usually provides nations with a very good opportunity to show their differences. You know, like Kenya has a beef with Uganda over Migingo. It's been very historical for a long time. They don't want to resolve it, but it usually comes to play when there's a score to be set, like this election that is coming. You know, we saw in the last election of the AUC Commission where Amina Mohammed was running against Musa Faki Mahamat. Uganda voted for Kenya in the first round, and when we went for the second round, Uganda did not vote for Kenya. And you see, so such kind of views can come to play in such scenarios. There's a scenario where Algeria and Morocco are not they have some historical beefs that they never want to be in the same side. When Algeria is supporting you, be sure that Morocco will not support you. When Morocco is supporting you, be sure that Algeria will not support you. We have seen Algeria come clear and say that they are going to support the candidacy of Raila Odinga. That is a clear sign that Morocco will just go a different direction, even for no reason, so long as they are not in the same side with Algeria. Also, you know, Eritrea and Djibouti have some border problems amongst them, and that can just make Eritrea vote for Kenya, you know. We also saw a candidate by the for Somali step down for Raila Odinga like 3 months ago.
Madam Fauzia Yusuf Adan from the Republic of Somalia, who has come to pay a courtesy call on us here today, and she has got the word.
I'm very pleased to be here and meet Right Honorable Raila Odinga. And as a candidate, I was a candidate for the African Union chairpersonship. Today, I've decided to also step down and support His Honorable Raila Odinga. I am in the spirit of Pan-Africanism and for Eastern Africa unity and development. I would like to support his candidacy, and I'm very pleased to do it. Somalia, as Right Honorable Odinga said before, Somalia and Kenya are sister countries. We therefore need to be working towards closer relationship for that also. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I really want to say that I'm very grateful to my sister here for the generosity she has exhibited by accepting to step down in our favor. And she has also assured me that she will work together with me in this campaign so that we can be able to bring this seat here back home. Somalia and Kenya are sister countries. And that's why when Somalia was in distress, Kenyans went to her aid. And we continue to do our best as a nation to help them to restore peace and stability in that country. We want to bring the entire continent of Africa together. We want Africa to unite and speak with one voice. We don't want to be talking about Christians and Muslims, Anglophone, Francophone, Russophone. We want Africa to be one united continent. And it's only through the unity of our people that Africa will be able to harness its potential and be able to play a major role in the international community of nations. So we are very happy with this, and we are now rolling because the applications were closed on the 6th of this month. There are 4 candidates right now, and but
again, there's word going around that the leadership of Somali have declared support for the Djibouti candidate. You know, that's how unstable these countries sometimes can be. They can support you, and then they just change their mind along the way. So that means that when these candidates have to keep pushing and keep talking to these heads of state regularly before they change their mind. You know, Somali, even when Raila Odinga was launching his candidature for that position, they sent a representative who addressed the gathering and assured the Raila Odinga that they were going to support him. But now, a few months to election, we are hearing that Somalia have changed its mind. So those are things that can make the countries can just change their mind so easily like that. There are countries that are not going to vote in these elections. Of course, there's a law that says that only democratically elected governments are allowed to cast their votes. And in Africa of late, we've had so many coups d'etat happening around Africa. And we have like around 6 nations who are not going to be allowed to vote. So that brings the number of countries that are going to vote to 49. And I don't want to go into details because I already produced a video earlier on this subject, and I'll pin the the link in this video over here. You can check that video too, where I had also talked about all the demographics that are necessary in this election, including religion, languages, and things like that. So I will not go into too much details trying to dissect everything. So having said that, let's wish all the candidates success in this, the best candidate to all the best, and whoever will win should have the best interest of Africa in his heart, or his or her heart. So if this kind of political talk excites you, why not consider subscribing? Because we are going to produce so many more political discussions and topics. So if you subscribe and press the notification bell, anytime you produce a video, you get to be notified by YouTube quickly. Thank you. God bless you. God bless Africa.